Good morning, gentle listeners of the South Coast and beyond. It's time for our weekly chat again, just you and I. I first want to apologize for my croaky voice, but I've got a delightful head cold, and I'm just hoping it won't progress to the full-blown flu. But anyway, here we go. We've had a request to talk about finding meaning and purpose in life. So, it's obvious we all want to find or to feel we are here for some reason, that we serve some purpose, and that there's more just copy and paste going through the motions every day. So I'm going to delve into an acronym called PERMA, the PERMA model, and that is PERMA. Now the first P is for positive emotions. Those are the emotions we experience when things are going well and we have a feeling of well-being, and they are emotions such as peace, gratitude, satisfaction, pleasure, inspiration, hope, and curiosity. So when we experience those positive emotions, we feel good, don't we? Not complicated at all. And when we don't feel positive, when we have those pesky negative emotions, then my advice is always go and find something to change your feeling, your mood, your emotions. So if you're feeling down, go and find something and force yourself, because I do understand it's very easy to slump in the chair and bemoan your lot and just feel sorry for yourself and how bad your situation is. By that, I don't want to ameliorate the fact that some people are going through a really tough time. But focusing on how tough it is not going to make you feel better. So what I generally do when I have a day or an hour or two where I'm feeling a bit negative, shall we say, I go and find something that I enjoy doing. Read something interesting, or go and pursue a hobby that I enjoy. I've got a couple of crafts that I enjoy doing when I have the time. And so I will go and sit and do that. I would sometimes, while I'm doing a craft, I would listen to a audiobook, something that's uplifting and inspirational, funny and entertaining. Go into the garden if you're a keen gardener, and go and admire how nature, after winter, after we don't have the frost, but after the frost, the black frost that they can have inland, how nature rejuvenates itself come spring. And we have to do that. We sometimes go through those phases in life or situations where we feel like we have been annihilated by a kind of black frost. But we are very resilient if we care to look for the ways to be resilient. So go and find the things that make you feel good. The E in PERMA is engagement. Look for those activities where the time just stands still. When I'm busy crocheting or scrapbooking or sewing or reading, I'm an avid reader. 3-4 hours would go by and I think, gosh, where has the morning gone? Where has the time gone? I didn't realize I've been sitting here for 3 or 4 hours. And those are the things that we also need to incorporate in our lives, where we feel that. And of course, I'm passionate about what I do. It is such a privilege and so humbling that I spend a lot of time researching, reading, finding out what is the latest research, what are the latest findings, what new methods are there that help people live a fuller, better life and make better life choices. So those are the things that float my boat, as they say, and you need to find those things and engage as much time as possible with those activities. Then the next P is for positive relationships. We are social creatures. We generally don't flourish in isolation, and hence the fact that solitary isolation is one of the worst tortures that can be inflicted on certain prisoners and prisoners of war and that kind of thing, because you can literally lose your mind and all perspective, being cut off from the world and from other human beings. But we need positive relationships, those relationships that water our flower bed and don't scorch our flowers. So identify the relationships. If you've just got one good friend who, when you've had an interaction with him or her, you just feel positive, you just feel the connection, you just feel the understanding, then Those are the relationships the positive relationships you nurture. And the negative ones, the ones that really pee on your flower bed and on your log fire, cut them out as far as possible. And if it's a family member, then avoid them as far as possible. And choose consciously to limit your interaction and contact with that person who is breaking you down, who is having a negative effect on your emotions and on your sense of well-being. And nurture the relationships that are positive. There is a good research that shows that people who have positive relationships cope with adversity better. They are far less in the number of suicides, and they cope with life generally a lot better than people who do not have positive relationships. The M in PERMA is for meaning. Now, we all need to find that bigger thing in our lives, bigger than ourselves. So it could be religion. It could be that you are very involved in whatever your choice of religion is. It could be something like giving some of your time to the hospice or to the SPCA, or to helping an elderly person in your environment, in your neighborhood, or whatever. Just helping someone, doing something that is selfless, that takes you out of yourself and your own situation, so that you can create perspective. I won't know if I'm doing well or if I'm doing poorly unless I can compare myself to other people and say, oh, I would like to do that. I need to stretch myself, as they say. We can't go through life just picking the low-hanging fruit. We have to stretch to get the really good ones at the top. So find something, find meaning in, as I say, it could be a spiritual, religious activity, or it could just be something that is a selfless donation of your time, of your energy, of your expertise to someone else who needs it. The other one that I like here is the A, is accomplishments in the PERMA model. We need to strive to better ourselves. We need to master skills. We need to have goals. And when we've achieved them, they may not be huge things to someone else, but to you it may be really something that you've struggled to achieve, and you've done it. And you need to acknowledge that. You need to say, you know what, I planted some herbs the other day and they are flourishing. Just look at how nice they look. And someone else may think, right, big deal. But if you've always battled to grow your own herbs and now you've got a beautiful herb garden with fresh herbs, it's great. Own it. Be proud of it. And don't say, that was nothing. We are so inclined to, if someone says, well done, you say, well, it was nothing, or thank you, but, I didn't do it by myself, or whatever the case may be. So own your accomplishments. Be proud of them. Think about them. Think about the effort and the commitment and the perseverance you put in to achieve that. And know that you are more than capable of achieving your goals, not someone else's goals, your goals. And in these accomplishments and goals, make sure you set your own goals, and not what your partner or your family or society or whoever thinks you should set as a goal. Make sure you set your own goals and achieve them. And these are the building blocks. But we have to make the effort. We have to commit. And then, of course, I think it was last week when we chatted, I did mention the eudaimonia, the Greek philosophy of how to live well and flourish, where you know your purpose, you then acquire the knowledge you need to fulfill your purpose, and then know your values and make sure you fulfill your purpose and apply your knowledge in such a way that it enhances your values and does not contradict your values. So in a nutshell, that is how we create meaning. When it comes to my personal experience, I think if you have, for those of us who are still working, a job that you enjoy, that you find fulfilling, as I do mine, it is the greatest privilege and honor to speak into people's lives the way I do, to change lives in positive ways, and to see people like that kite that you battle to get over the treetops, one day take off. It's amazing. And that is my purpose and my meaning and my satisfaction in life. And then the other things, the activities that I enjoy, my positive relationships. So find what that is for you. It could be gardening. It could be going to your local old age home and just spending a morning chatting to people who have no one else. Find that something that resonates with your soul. There's no easier answer than that. I can't say, well, just look up in the dictionary under P for purpose and you'll get a list, pick one and you're done. It takes some excavating. It takes some doing things that you think, no, this is really not for me. This is not what I want to do with the rest of my life or for any length of time. This is perhaps just a stepping stone to get to where you want to be, and then recognize it as such. Don't spend too much time or spend as little time as possible reminiscing about the past, because it is gone. And don't fear the future, because what we think about, we bring about. Remember, where your attention goes, your energy flows. So put your attention on the positive things. Put your attention on things that you want to achieve and that you're working at. And not the what ifs. What if this happens and what if? Well, it may not happen. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. So don't let your imagination run away with you. Don't, as I say, anticipate the future unless it's something you're really excited about and looking forward to. Then it's delicious to savor it and say, oh, we're going to do this and it's going to be so nice and I'm, going to eat something delicious, or we are planning a getaway in the Drakensberg and, I'm looking forward to the lovely hikes and sitting in the evening in front of the fire and those kind of things. So that you can already imagine, you can feel it. It is very tangible. So do those things. Go and spend the time with yourself to find what you really want and what connects with your soul. If it doesn't make you happy, if it doesn't fulfill you, then that activity is not it. And we can't hammer it and chisel it and force it into being what we want it to be if it does not speak to your soul. But like anything, you need to get yourself first. You need to understand yourself first. You need to understand what it is what you want from life. And we all want different things. And nobody's right and nobody's wrong. It is what you want. Some people want a quiet life. Other people love the buzz of a bigger city and the lights and the activities. And somebody wants something in between. And so it goes. Find your own niche. And again, as I always say, if you need help, get it. There are amazing, talented, professional people who can help you unpack it, who have got interesting questionnaires that can just whittle down the area that you should be looking at. And that changes your life forever. So get the professional help. If any of you want to contact me, you may do so. It would be my privilege. And my number is 082-330-2439. And please do let South Coast Radio know if there are any other topics you would like me to chat about. I just love it when I get these requests and our listeners engage with me. And it is, as I say, always a privilege. And tell me about yourself. Tell me what you're struggling with. Tell me what makes you happy. And let's explore that together, just you and I. And as I say, I believe my talks are on YouTube. So please give it a listen, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, so that they stay there for more people to benefit from it. Because that is really the intention here, is to make this kind of knowledge just a little bit more available. Hopefully there'll be a little light bulb that goes on for you, a little aha moment that could change the course of your life for the better. So thank you, listeners. I am now going to have a cup of tea and something for my head cold so that I can soldier on through my day. And I hope your day is great. And go and honor yourself.
The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio.
This is South Coast Radio.